totally get it.
This is my dad. He means well, but this isn't actually helping.
I think the important thing is just make sure put the kids first. The kids first. The kids first.
Nothing more than a tool for marketing to very young children, zero value to kids. It's straight up dangerous and should be blocked by most parents. I hate this channel, everything about it. Seriously awful. It's a giant commercial and they are always talking about freaking McDonald's. Young brains are impressionable and this is completely not what I want my child to witness as fun. Garbage, pure garbage. Just another way to manipulate kids to make money for this type of parents. It has no educational purpose. Why does a child need that many toys? He's gonna have girl issues because everything is about me. Ryan's Toy Review was like a trash reality TV show for small children. It seems to be addictive for kids yet has no real substance.
According to Forbes, throughout 2020, Ryan's World took home an approximate income of $29.5 million, making him the highest paid YouTuber for the year, above the likes of MrBeast and Jeffree Star. The most significant part, which I'm sure many of you are already aware, is that Ryan is only 9 years old, making him younger than the Angry Birds mobile game, the film Avatar, as well as the legal working age for a McDonald's employee. $29.5 million isn't exactly a bad wicket for anyone who's yet to go through puberty, and considering in every episode it looks like Ryan is having the time of his life, on the surface it seems as though the Ryan's World channel is the spitting image of perfection itself. However, like all things in life, the Ryan's World channel has a dark side that's rarely talked about in the media.
We try not to capture any moment that Ryan's in distress.
Legal battles to do with not fully disclosing paid sponsorships within videos, the exploitation of Ryan for the financial gain of his parents, and most surprisingly, the criminal history associated with Ryan's mother, Luann Caggi, who in her younger years actually went to prison.
7-year multi-million-dollar YouTube star Ryan Caggi's mother has a criminal past.
In June 2002, when Ryan's mum was 18 years old, she was caught shoplifting at a JCPenney located in her hometown of Houston, Texas. The security of the store discovered that she'd been trying to steal 6 items of clothing, totaling $93, which is equivalent to around $135 today. After being taken back to the police station, she would be fined $150 for the theft, given 40 hours of community service, as well as being put on a 6-month probation period. On top of this, she had to carry an offender identification card while also attending an anti-shoplifting program. However, here's where it gets interesting. Rather than simply showing up and doing her 40 hours of community service, she sat around and did nothing. Luann didn't report to her community supervisor, didn't pay the fees she was supposed to pay, and didn't even show up to any of the community service when scheduled. For this reason, she would be arrested again, and instead of a $150 fine and a slap on the wrist, she will be sentenced to 2 months in the Houston Harris County Jail. She will remain in jail for 30 days, after which she will be released, and from the information available, manage to stay out of jail from that point onwards. Now, making a judgment about an individual's character based on what they did at the age of 18 is perhaps a little unfair. People change a lot in 18 years, so her going to jail could be totally discountable, but at the same time, I think it'd be unwise to pass it off altogether as, oh, she was just young and dumb. It's not exactly like she was 13 years old stealing some food because she needed to eat and didn't have any money. She was 18 years old and going out of her way to steal expensive clothing, something that's more of a luxury than a necessity. Then, as mentioned, she would go on to double down on her mistake by failing to comply with the consequences. She just ignored them, giving us an insight into her character at a younger age. Perhaps this is a far-fetched assumption, but maybe we could also say that it showed us she had an innate willingness to cut corners in order